Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Extreme Mediocrity Sports Show. As always, I'm Koby. We got Mike with me, and we got some football to talk about. Week 16, man.
Yeah, man. Already week 16. Seems like it flew by too, but definitely a great time of the year for football. Football Saturdays, Sundays, sprinkle in some Thursday, Fridays, and Mondays. So we got football a lot right now with Christmas right around the corner.
Yeah, and week 15, that was a pretty fun week. We had upsets, we had crazy showdowns. This time of the season, when you got these borderline playoff teams, division rivals, like this is just prime football season. The college football playoffs are getting kicked off, and NBA is in full force, which I'm sure we'll get into. Probably we'll get into that more after football, probably. But man, right now we got primetime football.
Yeah, man. Primetime indeed, man. Definitely a lot going on in sports. But first, we can get into the Thursday night game that we had, which was the Los Angeles Rams facing the Seahawks. This was a back and forth game, high scoring game, and Puka went off. But first, before we get into the stats, did you see those Seattle Seahawks jerseys, man? Those things were clean.
Okay, so actually, I think I was busy that day. I didn't actually watch any of this game, but I saw like the numbers and everything, and just seeing this pick right now, like
the helmet was like metallic, and it was changing from like green to blue and purple. I'm like, oh my goodness.
So like normally you think of like the Seahawks and their like alternate jerseys. They got like that bright neon green, and but yeah, that's a clean look there for Seattle. And you look good, you play good, or you look good, you feel good, you play good, and hey, they went out there and got it done against one of the league's best.
Yeah,
and we talked about it like the first time they played. Darnold had what was like 4 interceptions or something like that, and they almost won that game. And I think we said like when they play again, if Darnold can have a cleaner game, which I mean he still had 2, but that's 2 less than before. They went out and got it done. That's a great win for Seattle.
Yeah, early on in this game, it looked like they were going to give this one to the Rams, and Darnold was throwing those interceptions that we talked about. But, when it came down to those clutch moments at the end of the game, he really stepped up and made some clutch throws at the end. So, this was a big game, especially in that division with Seattle getting that game lead over the Rams. So, we'll definitely look forward to seeing both of these teams deeper in the playoffs. Yeah. But Puka, oh my God, 225 yards, 2 touchdowns, especially after all, what he was facing this week with all the things that he got himself into. So big night for him.
Yeah, that's like individual numbers, and the score of this game is straight out of a video game. That's I feel like we get a video game like once a week, and this might be the best game we get this week. So.
Yeah, and Stafford still putting up MVP type numbers. Sure. So getting into this football weekend, we had my Commanders. Oh man, so Eagles had a lot to play for today. With a win against us, they were going to clinch the division, and they was not going to let that opportunity slide away. Earlier in this game, Eagles, they tried to do everything they could to give us the win. They missed 3 straight field goals. Looked pretty bad on defense, but we suffered another injury. Mariota suffered a hand injury and a concussion, so he got knocked out of the game. And who do you see come in? Josh Johnson. And I think on his first drive, threw an interception. Could have been a pick 6. So, injuries are piling up. We just look bad in this game, but when a team is can get the division win against you, and we're playing this bad, it's going to happen. So congrats to the Eagles. They are division champs for back-to-back years, first time in over 20 years. I think it's been a long time since NFC East team repeated. So, yep.
Yeah, they're starting to come around. I believe that's 2 weeks in now where Saquon's actually running the ball like Saquon. I think he had 120 something yards last week.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Maybe that Eagles offense is finally starting to get it going. I mean, I know that was against the Commanders defense, which hasn't really put up a strong test against anybody. But yeah, good win for the Eagles. The repeat for the Super Bowl is still intact, still in line. So we'll see. I don't think they have the firepower to do it this year. But I mean, this is the time of year. If you start winning a couple games, start getting momentum, anything can happen. So
yeah, perfect time to try to get Barkley together and running. So, but now we can get into the Week 15 games where you had a great performance last week.
I did.
Tying up the overall series 128-81. Hey man, with just a couple weeks left, it's coming down to the wire, man.
Yeah, I mean,
we might finish with a tie.
I know we posted the clip on some of the socials of me picking to Bills to end this run of the New England Patriots. I'm not gonna say I know ball because we're tied, so I think we both know ball pretty equally. But I'll say this: we are quite a few games above 500 each. So I mean, I'll give us a little bit of round of applause because us doing this, it would make so much sense to deep dive into these games, like going back, looking at like their past like 4 or 5 matchups, like seeing who. We don't do that. Like we literally look at the games and just write down the
how
line.
we feel. Yeah,
but so
yeah,
for
us,
congrats
to us.
Yeah, so us having these, yeah. So yeah, us having those records is pretty cool, and I'm excited to get into Week 16. I know I just tied it up, but I feel like I'm playing a little loose this week. We'll see.
All right, let's get into it. Week 16, we discussed the Rams, Seahawks, and Eagles. Commanders right now during this taping, we have the Packers and the Bears going off, and Willis just threw it to, who was that? Dubs? Looked like that was a 30 or 40 yard touchdown by Willis, which is crazy. The development that he's getting under that coaching staff, he's coming into a good backup.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at like the last quarterbacks they've really had in Green Bay, they had Favre there for all those years, had Rodgers underneath, had Love underneath, and Love's been playing great too. So I mean, Willis just sitting there, learning. That's what you need to do. So
yeah, he just threw a perfect pass to Dubs. So we'll get into the first game. New York Jets facing the New Orleans Saints. Saints being favored by 6 in this game. How do you see this one going?
Let me check something. If I'm not mistaken, I think the Saints are on a 2-game win streak. I think they beat like Tampa Bay.
Yes, and they beat the Panthers.
And Panthers. I think they're on a 2-game win streak.
Yep.
Something's going on there. I still don't know who the quarterback for the Jets is going to be. So I am going to go with the red hot New Orleans Saints at home in the is it still the Superdome, the Mercedes-Benz Superdome?
Yeah, Mercedes-Benz Superdome, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to agree with you. Jets have a lot of issues right now. That quarterback that they put out there last week looked okay, but the Saints, like you said, has something brewing over there. Something is clicking, and they're at home. I do believe that the Saints will also get a win this week. Next, we have the Buffalo Bills facing your Cleveland Browns. Bills being favored by 10.5 in this game on the road. I'm going to let you start this one off. How you feeling?
The disrespect of Vegas to give
10
this
and
a 10.5 spread.
Woo.
I am highly upset because I know that this would cover like 17.5. Like this is, I don't know, man. Like we're just not going to win this game. You know, Shador had a rough week last week, but the Bears defense is insane at takeaways. We're going to have drop passes. We're going to have false starts, holdings. Just we're going to play our brand of football: turnovers, dumb penalties, and you know, Buffalo just beat New England last week. They're trying to take over the first seed in that division. I will say this though: Josh Allen is going to be in the record books when number 95 gets into backfield for 1.5 sacks and becomes the new single season sack record holder. So congratulations, Josh Allen, for that. But yeah, Buffalo's just going to win this game.
Yeah, I like that you brought up the sack record because I was actually thinking that if he needed a week to sit out as far as trying to get the record, I would do it this week because Josh Allen is tough to bring down. And then I think you face the Steelers, well, and he's going to get like 3 against against Aaron.
They already said that if he doesn't have the sack record by the time we play Pittsburgh, the coaching staff says take the penalties, hold him. Like team, hold his jersey. Like they do not want him to beat TJ, so he's got he's got to get it this week.
Wow. But yeah, I agree with you in this one. Bills have a lot to play for in that AFC East battle with the Patriots. So, and the last few weeks, the Browns defense hasn't been what we were accustomed to seeing earlier in the year. So yeah, I'm going with the Buffalo Bills in this one. All right. Chiefs have fell off from Mount Rushmore, and they are facing the worst team in the league, Tennessee Titans. Chiefs being favored by 3 in this game on the road. Yeah, Chiefs are playing bad. Mahomes is hurt. I think they have Gardner Minshew this week. Titans, they really need a win. They probably haven't seen a win since September.
They just beat us a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
So that shows you how good we are right now.
But yeah, with Tennessee at home facing an injured Chiefs team, I don't think that is going to matter in this game. I think Andy Reid is going to get the Chiefs up and ready to play this game. They have too much pride to lose to the Titans. I don't care who's injured on that. They have to do enough to get a win. So I'm going with the Chiefs to get a win on the road.
All right. We have our first different pick of the slate. Yeah, everything you said, like Gardner Minshew coming in, I don't know. Like Shador put up like almost 400 yards against this defense, against Tennessee's defense, and we lost. I'm picking the Titans, but I don't love it. I do think Kansas City can win this game because Andy Reid, he's just one of the greatest head coaches of all time. He'll have schemes he'll make adjustments. He'll find something that works. But I don't know, man. I just have a feeling for Tennessee this week. I can't explain it. I just said all these positives about Kansas City, but I'm picking Tennessee. So
I'm sure I'll give a game right back to you later on during these picks. But yeah, next we have the Los Angeles Chargers facing the Dallas Cowboys in Dallas. Dallas being favored at home by 1.5. How do you see this one shaking
out? Man, it's always crazy talking about the Chargers. I think we say that every single week, but it's also kind of hard to talk about Dallas because you you know the offense is probably going to put up points. It's just how well the defense is going to step up. But I think the Chargers offense right now is probably going to be too much for Dallas's defense, even with it being in Dallas, down in Jerry's world. I don't think that matters. The Chargers are playing pretty good football right now. Dallas just, got knocked out of the playoffs, so they don't really have a whole lot going for them right now to play for. But yeah, I like the Chargers to get a win this week.
Yep. I agree with you for all the reasons you said. Chargers are still have a lot to fight for. They're playing well. And the exact opposite is for the Dallas Cowboys right now. They don't have anything to play for. And they just lost to a Vikings team at home last week. The Chargers are a lot better than Minnesota.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely going with the Chargers on the road in this one. Next, we have the Minnesota Vikings at New York Giants. Vikings being favored on the road by 2.5. In this game, this one was one of the tougher ones for me to pick because the Giants, they played us well last week, but they just came up short a little bit. And the Vikings, they look really good against Dallas in Dallas last week, but I think that I'm actually going back off because I was going to go with the Vikings, but I'm going to switch it up. I think that the Giants will be motivated in this game at home to get a win. That defense is still tough to play against. And Dart is playing well. If he can protect himself, I think that they can get a win. So I'm going to go with the Giants at home.
Yeah, I actually had the Giants at home as well. I haven't seen anything from Minnesota that has convinced me that they're going to play good football in back-to-back weeks. And the Giants' pass rush is still pretty solid. And I think if they're able to get after a JJ a little bit back there, make him uncomfortable, have him force throws, I think we're going to start seeing him. A lot of incompletions, probably a couple interceptions, maybe a fumble. And yeah, Jackson Dart, he takes a beating out there, but he's fun to watch. He makes the plays. I know he doesn't have a whole lot around him right now with all their injuries, but I do like the Giants this week.
Yep. And for the game I've been waiting for, I've been saying it for weeks. It's all going to come down to week 16 and week 18 for my Panthers, because that's not my Commanders right now. It's my Panthers. Both teams are 7-7. First matchup is in Carolina. But the Bucs are favored by 3 on the road. With that being said, I have to continue writing my prediction of the Panthers winning this division, and I think in order for them to do that, they have to get this first matchup at home, because that week 18 game, if the division is on the line in Tampa, it's going to be tough. But this one they have to get, so I am going to go with the Panthers to get a win at home in this one.
Okay, so I've been picking against the Panthers all year. I know you've been like their biggest supporter. Last week I jumped on the Carolina bandwagon against the Saints, and they let me down, and I'm not falling for that again. I'm gonna go with my boy Baker. He's gonna lead that team into Carolina. A must win for both teams. There's just something about Baker. He's got that swagger in him. Like, he lives for these big moments. So I do think Tampa Bay is going to go in there and get a win.
Yeah, that's going to be a good game. And next we have the Cincinnati Bengals facing the Miami Dolphins. Bengals being favored on the road by 4.5 in this one. How do you see this one?
Joe Burrow took pretty much all the credit for their loss last week against Baltimore. He said, if If I would have started for any team this week, they would have lost. So I'm expecting a nice bounce back spot here for the Bengals playing in Miami. Weather's not going to be a condition. The Dolphins, they had a nice little win streak going, but I think they lost last week. So yeah, a nice bounce back spot here for the Bengals. Yeah. Give me the Bengals.
I was wishing that you went with your Miami Dolphins for another week because you've been kind of picking them these last few weeks. But yeah, I agree. Joe Burrow looked horrible last week, and this will be, I think, a bounce back game for him. Playing a Miami team that is up and down. We don't know what Miami team we're going to get. So yeah, I'm going to pick the Bengals as well to get a win. Next, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars facing the Denver Broncos. Broncos are favored by 3.5 in this game. This is going to be a good matchup, I believe. Jaguars is, I believe, third in the AFC right now, and the Broncos are number 1. With that being said, I don't think that the Jags have enough to keep up with Denver at home. Tough environment, and they're just playing really well in all phases of the game. So give me the Broncos to get a win at home.
Yeah, last week I picked, I said, we're talking about the Patriots. I said the Bills are going to end this win streak. Win streaks are meant to be broken. I said that about the Broncos last week against the Packers, and they had a statement win. Win streaks are meant to be broken. This Trevor Lawrence balled out last week. I don't remember who they were playing. I don't care who they were playing. Give me Jacksonville to roll into Denver and end that win streak. I mean, the Broncos are still sitting pretty. So I don't know. Again, this is kind of like my Titans pick. I like everything. I like everything Denver's doing right now. They're the clear number 1 team in the league. But I got that Duval feeling. I got Jacksonville on my mind right now. So give me the Jaguars.
Wow. Next, we have the Atlanta Falcons facing the Arizona Cardinals. Falcons made favored on the road by 3. I do believe in this game that Arizona is going to play competitive in this game, possibly keep it close, especially with Cousins. Who knows what he'll do in this game. But I think Drake London is coming back for the Falcons this week. I think it's going to be too much for the Cardinals to handle. So I'm going to go with the Falcons to get a win on the road this week.
Yeah, I agree with you. Surprisingly, since Kyler Murray went out for Arizona, Jacoby Brissett has been putting up some pretty solid numbers for this team. But unfortunately, it's not, translating into wins. Cousins looked pretty good last week. Kyle Pitts had his random game of the year where he goes off for like 2 or 3 touchdowns. Then he'll disappear back into the mix this week with London coming back. But yeah, this is a great spot for Atlanta. Drake London is I don't know. I guess I was gonna say top 10, but yeah, he's probably pretty close to a top 10 receiver in the league. So that's a big boost to the offense. So yeah, I like Atlanta this week.
Yep. Next game, Houston. We have Houston at home facing the Raiders, and Houston being favored at home by 14. Let me zoom in on my screen.
Well, I'm looking right now. Actually, it's 14.5 now.
Good Lord. I would actually, how do you see this one? But hey, I'm going with Houston. How do you see this one?
Yeah, I don't know. Like we've said this a handful of times. You're like, oh, this is a no-brainer, and then something crazy happens. But the Raiders don't have that in them for something to happen here. I bet I'm guessing the Texans defense can probably outscore the Raiders offense this week.
Oh yeah,
but yeah, this is just Houston.
Mm-hmm. All right. Next, a big matchup. Pittsburgh Steelers facing the Detroit Lions. Lions being favored at home by 7. What are your thoughts in this game? Steelers trying to win a division. Lions trying to stay in the wild card race.
Yeah, the Lions have been. Oh man, they were so good at the beginning of the year. Then they kind of started to fall apart a little bit. Pittsburgh, they pretty much have this division on lock, I'd say. I mean, the Ravens are kind of there, but I don't think it's going to be too competitive down the stretch. But I do think the Lions are going to come out, uh, get the win. Something about St. Brown had that big game last week, and they didn't really run the ball well. Like they didn't get Gibbs going, they didn't get Montgomery going that much. So I think that, maybe like they game plan around them a little bit more this week, get a lead early, and they just let Gibbs do what Gibbs does, man. He 200 total yards, 2 or 3 touchdowns. I like the Lions.
Yep. I agree. And for a lot of the reasons that you said, I just don't think that the Steelers can keep up with the Detroit offense. If it turns into a shootout, give me Detroit all the way. I know Steelers have a great defense, and I know that secondary for the Lions is going to give up some plays, but that offense is just hard to keep up with, and I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to be able to do that. So give me Detroit at home. Next, another big game. We have the New England Patriots facing the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens are surprisingly favored at home by 3.
Yeah. As soon as we cut this off, I'm calling Vegas and letting them know I think they have a typo. But the Patriots are just coming off a brutal loss to the Bills. It's kind of one of those situations like I hate to be the team that plays them next, and it just happens to be a struggling Baltimore team who is not playing up to their expectations. Weather-wise, it's cold all over this part of the country right now. So yeah, this has to be a Patriots win. I don't get that spread at all.
And yeah, I don't get the spread either. But even though I don't get the spread, I think that the Baltimore Ravens is going to get this win at home. They're in a tight divisional race with the Steelers. The Baltimore Ravens played really well last week against the Bengals, shutting them out. And I think they'll continue that momentum going into this game. New England, they did show last week that there are ways to beat them. Get pressure on Drake May, and last week he didn't really throw the ball well either. He ran for 2 touchdowns, but no passing touchdowns. But I think the Baltimore Ravens, with just a couple weeks left in a season to try to make the playoffs, I think they're going to play really well in this game. The home crowd is going to be into it. Yeah. Give me the Ravens to get the win and take possibly, I think, either tie or take the lead in that division with the Steelers' loss. And then Monday night, San Francisco facing the Phillip Rivers Indianapolis Colts. 49ers being favored on the road by 5.5. Yeah, this one, San Fran, even though they're on the road, they're really, really good this year, and they've dealt with a lot of injuries as well. But they always seem to find a way to win those games. But this is going to be another game where San Fran really shows their dominance. Phillip Rivers, he really was not able to push the ball down the field last week. If they established a run, I think this game could be more competitive. But I think in the end, San Fran is going to get the win on the road.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. Jonathan Taylor's pretty much been the driving force with this offense all year. And I think game script is going to get the ball out of his hands pretty quick. I don't know if Phillip Rivers is going to have to throw the ball, 40 plus times to win this game. The more he throws it, probably the less chance they have of winning this game.
Yeah.
So yeah, San Francisco easily.
Yeah, totally agree with you there. And yeah, this was an interesting week 16 game picks. We probably have a busy week next week as well with Christmas on Thursday. I know they're gonna, I don't know when we're gonna do our picks for next week, but you can definitely stay tuned for that. As always, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you know the next time we go live or drop another video. Leave us a comment, let us know what you thought of the video, and give us a like as well. As always, peace, happy holidays.
See you guys.